Hi folks, Arty here. I'm going to be installing the AIU-01 to Randall's run. It's kind of just basic connections at this point in time. It's not about how to program as such. Just trying to get the wiring of that all installed and completed. So I'm going to show you guys how I do it, and it's basically following the principle that was given to me by other people and other channels. I'm going to show you how I do it, so we'll assist you guys. So anyway, so we've got the instruction sheet here. I'm going to put that aside for the time being. That's your AIU-01. So now all we basically got to do is set up an address for it. Now, there's no programming involved at this point in time on programming at an address into this unit. It is actually done by switches, which is here. And you got your on and off positions here, which I'll show you later on in instructions on how to do it. This one's already set to address 52. As you can see here, I'll show you what all this means in a minute. But anyway, for now, what I'm going to show is, this is a diagram, and if you've seen on the Back to Basics 5, where I installed the block detectors to on the layout, and having the indicator lights on the panel show me where my trains are on indicator panel. I didn't use one of these. Okay, this is basically for operations with your mini panel for automations and JMRI. So I'm going to put this aside for the time being. Here I've got my track detector, which is track detector 30. That's going to be hooked up to the AIU-01. Since that's the first section for my panel here, it's going to be connected into slot number 1. That one's going to go to slot number 2, 3 and 4. I only need 4 slots at this point in time. Number 8's already installed on another one of these AIU-01s. So it doesn't need to be connected onto here. Okay, now what I've done in here, I've put down AIU's address, which is 52. Okay, now instructions, upside down, turn around the right way up. Now you can see you got your outline here with the AIU-01. I do have this all printed out on a separate paper, but for this tutorial I haven't got it out, but it's handy to mark on your piece of paper which terminal goes to which track detector or block detector, your BD20s. Okay, address table. This is your address table here. All these on and off corresponds with these switches here. Okay, now I've taken 52 for this one, which is the next one in sequence. You see I've got written Bunjong Creek, which is the maintenance facility. It's already going to have 2 of these. It's addressed to 50 and 51. This one's 52. So what I've got to do is I'm going to have to flick positions 1 and 2 to on, which I already have. These are your switches here. They're actually flicked to on. Then I've got number 3 is off, which is this one here. Then I've got next one is on. And then the rest are in the off position. So that's ready to go. Only thing I need to do now is I'm going to jumper the ground from here to here. Okay, daisy chain that together. I found that actually works for what I'm doing at this point in time. If you have got another section that you want to separate or whatnot, you can actually use the ground wire into that and use these 7 ports here. You've got 7 aside. Okay, now let's do a recap on how I've done my wiring on the BD20 and which wire goes where. Now if you had a look at my back to basics on the BD20s, you see that I have done my wires. Blue is my positive feed in, white is my positive feed, negative feed, and that's only for the LEDs. Okay, I've got terminals 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got black wire that's connected to my white. That black one is going to be my ground. That will connect into here. The logic will be my yellow, and that will connect into these terminals here. Okay, you just have a look at the top one here. You've got black and yellow. I've got marked out black and yellow. Black. This black here from the block detector will go to this AIU into the ground here. Okay, now my yellow wire, this one here, will go into, you'll see underneath here I've got the corresponding numbers. It goes into number 1 slot, so I'll be putting my yellow wires into that. So on Randall's layout, Randall's run, block detector or track detector 30 will go into 1. Will go into 1. Now, I'm still not aware at this point on how to physically identify the actual numbers on your actual address number. Like you got this address number on the side. This address number was made to me by JMRI. But surely there'll be someone that can actually assist on how to calculate the address number on this. So, with me, all I'm going to do is, on this tutorial, is how to connect it. Okay, so what I need to do now is, the way we connect it to the way we connect this to the NCE unit with daisy chain, we use a daisy chain system using their cable. This is going to be connected to the last panel or last module that I have on Bunjong Creek. It'll come out of there into here using the cable. Okay. I'll show you the process how I get that done. Okay, I think I have everything in place now. Everything's ready to go. So yeah, I'm going to take this to the panel, to the first step on where I connect my cable. So here we are, folks. We're at the first point of my layout where I have my components all hooked up, which is part of Bungeon Creek facility. I got my buzz cable coming from the control module into the mini panel here, which has been daisy chained. Actually, that comes from a UTP connection, which is hooked up in its place, and then it goes into the Power Pro. Then I've got this here. I've got another one of the, then I'll hook it up from this point here to this one, to this is an AIU-01 that's already been put in place. There is going to be another one put here, which I'm waiting on it to come back from repair, so that's going to be installed in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect this cable from this port and go around to Randall's Run. Now you see I already got a connection in here. Now what's connected to here is my NCE hand controller. It's hooked up into this terminal here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unplug this. Like so. And then I'll insert, find the end to it, into the wire. Sorry. I'm just going to pause this because I need a bit of room, and I'll show you what I've done. So here's the new wire. I just fit through the hole. Now all I've got to do is simply plug it into here. I'll leave a little bit of a gap. It's always handy to have a little bit of extra wire. Now the rest of it you see is underneath. I'm now going to feed over the Bungeon Creek. So once I've done that, I'll show you what I've got to do at the other end. Okay folks, so here we are, we're under the layout. I've gone ahead and pre-wired the AIU here in the panel. I've got the wires in, that's going, yellow wires are going to go in to the block detectors. I've fed the buzz cable, which will be connecting up to here. And yes, to the critics, yes, I know my wiring is a bit of a spaghetti junction mess at the moment. I will have it tidied up shortly. Now what I've done before is, here's my ground, and that's going to go into here, to that slot next to number 1 where it says ground. Okay, and the yellow wire is going to go into that spot there. So I'm going to go ahead and connect all this up, and I'll show you guys how it all ends up working. Okay, so here we are. We are back on the panel. Now what I've gone and done is I've hooked everything up. There's my ground. Jumped it over to here. There's the main cable that comes from my control box, daisy chained across, and you'll see I've got the hand controller. It's all connected up onto the last port. This is going to be my last one. This is going to be my last accessory on it that uses this daisy chain. I can hook, or you could hook up UTP panel onto this. So you've got two controllers on the side, but I'm not going to do that for this, as this is only going to be a temporary setup. So the train is out of the section. As you see, there's no light indications on this panel on the board, and there's nothing here. So what I'll do is I'll bring the train across. Okay, give me a sec. I'll bring the train across to here. And you will see that both the light on here and on my panel here will indicate or light up once the train hits that section. And we're going to go in sequence. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. See? Got your first light there, so it's in 1. Now it's going into 2. And that will go into 3. Simple as that. It's all connected up and ready to go. So this ends this section of back to basics and the wiring. And next I'm going to learn to hook up all the signals in correspondence to all this. For now, everyone, please take care. Bye. Okay, I'm going to add this to this section of back to basics. I've got all the signal lights on the panel activated using a Light It decoder, and I'll just gently move the camera. I've also installed the signals, which you will see in the distance there. There's one there, another one in the distance there. Now, the one at the distance there will not show on the panel because that's in a different district. However, these ones here, these two that you see here, will. Now, I don't have a switch on the panel to activate it, and it will work by the cab. So what's going to happen is, now to change it, say the signal at the platform, which I know is my signal address 7. So what we do is we'll go shift, clear. They'll bring out the signal address. I'm going to type in, punch in 107. Press enter. And he's asking for our signal aspect. Now, with the Light It decoder, 0 is red, 1 is yellow, and 2 is green. So we're going to go yellow, which is 1. I'm going to press that, go enter, and you see the distance has changed its aspect. Now if I want to go green, I'll go, still got the old number there, 107. Now you watch as I go enter. Let's turn it to green. Press enter. And the green is not very bright on here for some reason, I don't know. But it's working. I'll put it back to yellow. Now, if you have a look down on the panel, I'll just get you down to the panel. And same will work here. Now, I've got signal aspect 07. I'm going to go press enter. I want to go to red. Now, you'll see on the signal indicator there, when I press enter, it will go red. So all the corresponding colours will show up. So there is another signal down the distance there, which is wired, which isn't wired up yet. This one here, but I'll have that done in due course. So I haven't automated the signals yet. I'm working on how to do it, but this actually goes to show you how you can actually control it using your control panel. So I hope you enjoyed the back to basics and seeing how I hook up my components. And once I get more into it and more knowledgeable with NCE components, I will share my experiences.